What's up, guys? It's your girl, Sarah from Sarah Styles here. I am live today. Let me put my headset in. How's everyone's day going? Let me set up my headset. So I'm trying this new format for these. Let me know what you guys think. I guess I don't need a headset if I'm not talking to anyone. Normally I have lives and I'm talking to someone, but I guess there's not going to be anyone talking to me, so I don't need a headset. So I am trying this new live format, so let me know what you guys think. It is my what sold. So normally I do one every single month, what sold on Poshmark and eBay, and I kind of go over my data and show you the actual items that sold. Well, I am starting to get more sales, which yay, but it's hard to do a monthly video because it's a lot of sales. So I'm thinking I'm going to start doing a weekly video to kind of compress it a little bit and not have quite so much to talk about and quite so much to see. So let me know what you guys think. If you like this format, I'm going to try and do it once a month or once a week on Wednesdays, what sold Wednesdays, except for the first Wednesday of every month. I'm still meeting with Chris. So that's what we're doing today. The new format, what sold. I am going to jump right into it because there's a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff to get into. Feel free to ask questions as you will. I wanted to do this live because I think there could be some questions about like what you guys have. And I just like interacting. It gets kind of boring talking to yourself. So what is up, Amber? What is up, Mr. Styles? Amber, you definitely have like this charisma about you because that video that we did is one of my top performing videos. So thank you very much for coming on my channel and sharing all your wealth and knowledge to that video and helping me get a top ranked video. I saw your Birkenstock video. If you guys haven't checked out Amber's video, her channel is amazing. So follow her channel for sure. But her Birkenstock video is, I don't remember how many videos or views it had, but I saw it and I was like mind blown. I can't wait to have a video that has that many views on it. So let's get right into it. This is what sold. What we are going to be looking at is my June data. It is now July 8th, 2020. So we're a week into July, but I'm going to we're only looking at June data. We are pandemic situation. Some places are opening up. We have thrift stores that are opening up. So I am starting to go back into thrift stores. I'm also sourcing in various other different places as well. And I'll talk a little bit about that and show you the items. So we're going to look at my data first, and then I'll show you the actual items that sold to give you a little bit of idea of what June looked like for me, strategies that I was working on. I do go over my full financial data and strategies that worked in my video. Oh, almost 30,000. Oh my God, I cannot wait to have a video like that. So congrats to that. That's amazing. Too bad it's not a little bit longer and you could get a little bit more credit on that. So what was happening for me in June? If you want to look at my full financials and strategies, I talk about offer to likes and bundles and different strategies that I was working on. I released a video last week about the financials. This is going to look at the inventory and what specifically was selling to hit those financial goals. So what's happening in June for me, at the end of June, I took 4 days off. This is probably the first time since I've been reselling that I stepped away and legit took 4 days off. My husband's going to disagree with that probably, but for me personally, it was taking 4 days off. I still listed drafts every day on eBay, but I had them all ready to go on eBay. And sometimes I would get on Poshmark and do a couple things here and there. I didn't do the vacation mode for either of them. On eBay, I did handling. I changed my handling from 3 days from 1 day to 3 days because we were gone for 4 days. So I did that. And I did have my VA. So I have a VA who does listing for me. I did also have her do a couple things in eBay to kind of keep the momentum going, but I did step away. We were gone. I wasn't on. If someone had a question, I would maybe answer it, but I wasn't on doing all my typical things. So that was exciting. 4 days off is what we were doing. And then a couple other things that happened too. I was at the beginning of June, I was listing 7 items a day on eBay every single day and 70 on Poshmark. I usually just list those as they're available. I don't necessarily do every single day. I find that tends to be more of an eBay thing where you have to be like the same amount of listings every single day in the same activity, where Poshmark just wants general activity. So if an item is available to list, I list it. You can't sell it if it's not listed. So when it's available, I list it, but then I just make sure to do my daily activities on there. I did a video a couple of weeks ago about the things that I do every single day on Poshmark, as well as one on eBay, and on my www.SarahStylesLLC.com. I have an infographic that you can download as like a checklist of things that I do every single day to get those sales. So I was still doing those every single day on Poshmark as well. But I started 7 listings a day at the beginning of June. And by the end of June, I'm up to 10 listings a day on eBay. So that did increase. Stores did start to open. I mentioned that a little bit more. I have been out thrifting a little bit more. I've also been kind of messing around with some other inventory sources, listing 10 items a day. I'm not having a hard time keeping up with that. I have a lister who populates the listing and doing that many, 70 photos a week. I am having an okay time maintaining. I'm nervous about being able to get that much inventory. Our thrift stores right now are open, but they're not quite the same amount of inventory as they were before. And the bins, you have to wait in line, and it's not the same scene as it was pre-COVID. So I am still trying to figure out different inventory sources. So I'd love to hear you guys' ideas. What are you doing to source? What has been successful for you? I've been messing around. We'll get into the data in a minute. You can see I have been messing around a little bit with some online sourcing, possibly doing like a pallet wholesale type thing, and then a couple consignment options. So that is, oh, my husband did say, I did. Yes, I did. I was so proud. I did take time off. I was still on a little bit, but not nearly as much as I had been in past vacations. So that's kind of where I'm at. And on eBay, I did hit Power Seller, which kind of gives you a boost on eBay as well. And I also hit 100 feedback. And so the more feedback you have, the more visibility that eBay is starting to give you. So that's where I was at for the month. Let's look at the data. Keep me posted on how this looks. This is my first time doing a share screen as I talk. So if you guys can't see it, let me know. I'm trying to make sure that I can see your comments. And then also, what's up, Jacob? Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Deborah, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. So this is my month. What we're looking at right now is the sales and trends dashboard. This is for purchase. Just really quickly, all it is you go in and you enter in all of your data. So this is data for every single platform that I sell on, has all of my inventory in it that I upkeep, and then also all of my sales. So this is all of my data. And then I'll show you one other dashboard in today's video that's just Poshmark data. So we are looking up here at my monthly summary. I'm only going to show you a few charts in this, but I have lots of videos on the full thing. June 2020. So I ended the month with $158, 189 items sold, which is pretty good for me. We'll scroll up a little bit and you can see I definitely have had an uptick. March and April, we moved. I was building a dashboard, COVID, remote learning. So that was definitely down months for me. But even, my highest months over here, I am still doing much better than that. A large part of that is my eBay sales are going up. Thanks, Jacob. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you. Lots of hard work. A lot of this increase is my eBay sales are going up, and I've been working really hard with Chris from Daily Refinement to get those eBay sales to increase. Poshmark is about the same as it's always been, but I'm working on almost doubling my income just by getting the same inventory to start selling on eBay. Average sale price is $28. I tend to be around $30 to $40, so this is a little bit lower than I like to see. I love to sell less items for more, less shipping, less inventory on hand, but I'm okay with that. That's higher than it was the previous month. 18% sell-through rate. This is going to be a little deflated as well, or suppressed, because I did start increasing my listings. So it is going to take a little bit of time for that to catch up. So if you take out the increase in listings, I was probably a little bit over 20% sell-through rate. But either way, I'm okay with that. If you look at most clothing sells on eBay at like a 5% sell-through. So anything over that, I'm always excited about. This is my percent of goal. If you come down here to my simulator, I'm trying to get to the 6,800 gross revenue each month. This is the goal that I set with Chris from A Daily Refinement. We're trying to get me to $1,000 net a week on reselling, and I only do 20 hours or less reselling activities. That does not include YouTube, Instagram, dashboard activities. But as far as things on eBay, Poshmark, taking pictures, sourcing, all of the like strictly reselling type activities, 20 hours or less. So I do have time to do the other parts of the business. So I'm 78% to that goal, which is pretty exciting considering we've only been doing it for like 2.5 months. The other thing I like to look at is, so having, we're looking at gross numbers here just to let you know. Down here, I am taking out my average cost of goods, but it doesn't take out other expenses that are in a business. So this is not a financial dashboard. This is not accounting, but it does give you an idea of how things are going. So on average for things that sold this month, $4.50. I will show you my inventory or where I source, and we can kind of break that out a little bit more as well. But $4, I'm pretty happy with that, which means that my average profit per item less, I'm not talking about all the other expenses it costs to take a business, is around $23.81. I would like for that to increase a little bit, but I'm okay with that. So that's where I ended June. Let's look at the inventory. What contributed to this? So we're looking at all of my, on Poshmark and on eBay. These are my top 20 performing categories. For me, I don't have a ton of categories. I mainly sell men's and women. I mainly sell women's clothing, shoes, purses. So I don't have a ton of categories, but these are my top 20 performing gross revenue based off of gross revenue for the month. Over here on the left, you have your sell-through rate. So sell-through rate really quickly is if you had 100 items and 50 of them sold, you would have a 50% sell-through rate. This helps you get an idea of how things are selling. Saying, I sold the most vintage, or categories, I sold the most dresses. Well, that's awesome if you sold the most dresses, but if you also have the most dresses, that may not be a true indicator of what is selling well. So that's where the sell-through rate comes in. And then it is charted with your average sale price. So your BOLO categories would be kind of up here. High sell-through rate, high average sale price. Those are really hard things to get. We're all striving for those. But for me, when I want to talk about for June, things that worked well for me, bags are always good for me. I'm really glad that bags are coming back. There for a while during the pandemic, people weren't spending an average sale price of $50 on bags. Totally makes sense. People are losing their jobs, stay-at-home orders, all of that. But I'm glad that those are coming back up. And the sell-through rate at a 28% sell-through rate is good. So something that I consider better than my average, if you come back to my summary, my sell-through rate was 18%, right? So anything over 18% means that it is performing better than, my average. So bags definitely is performing better. The bigger the circle also means the more of that category that I have on hand. So something that's a little concerning to me, or that kind of drew my attention when I was looking at this, is dresses. That is a very large circle, and it's also down here a low sell-through rate, and average sale price is okay, but the sell-through rate is low, and it's the summer. In past, dresses have done well for me. However, people are not going places. You're not going to church. You're not going to weddings. You're not going to special events. So my dresses are an 8% sell-through rate. That's not great. I normally stock a lot of dresses because in the past they've done well. So I'm not really sourcing a lot of dresses right now. This helps me decide on what to source as well. So dresses weren't really selling for me. Jeans I recently added in, and they seem to be doing okay. The average sale price is $26. So that's a little bit below my normal, or my average sale price at $30-ish average sale price. However, I'm very new to jeans. I've only added jeans into my closet in the past couple of months. So I'm definitely learning jeans and learning what is working. And also jeans, it's not the season for jeans. So hopefully some of that will increase as we go into the fall. The other thing I want to note, so that you can see the circle is a little bit smaller. It's shorts. I don't have a ton of shorts on hand because the average sale price for shorts for me is $21.95. However, it is summer and it's almost a 50% sell-through rate. So I'm okay with that. I'm very picky with this type of shorts that I pick up, but 50% sell-through rate, that's kind of a quick flip, right? I won't necessarily buy shorts to keep on hand unless they're really good shorts, but right now I am stocking shorts. So those are the big things I wanted to talk about with categories, what was selling for me. Keep in mind, we're looking at my data. I'm going to show you the actual items that made up this data in a minute, show you the actual items that sold, because that's the fun part. Well, I like the data, but that's the fun part as well. So brands, we're still looking at June. These are my top 20 gross revenue brands for June of 2020. This is the same chart, so I'm not going to explain it the way that it's set up. The top performing for me, so Coach, no surprise here, Coach is usually a pretty good performer for me. 29% sell-through rate. Again, that's above that 19% sell-through that I had, so that's a good sell-through rate for me. 82 or 62 average sale price. Absolutely, I will take that all day, every day. I love my Coach. Make sure to stay on this and watch through the end to see what kinds of brands and categories from this are selling. Not all Coach is created equal. Not all jeans are created equal. So I'll show you the actual items that make up this inventory. The other thing is Michael Kors. Michael Kors for me is purses. Every once in a while, it'll be a pair of shoes. Clothes, very, very rarely do I pick up Michael Kors clothes, but a 38% sell-through rate, 51 average sale price. I think those are the ones. Oh, the one that is concerning to me, again, you can see this bubble down here at the bottom. The bigger the bubble, that means the more of that inventory that I have on hand, and that's vintage. I love vintage. It has a sweet spot for me, so I have a hard time passing on vintage. I'm really trying hard to make sure to look at the items that I pick up as a business, not I love that, I want it, but is that going to turn around and make me money? Right now, vintage my sell-through rate is 4%. That's terrible. It is awful. And so I was actually talking with, and I don't know if she's on, Lovely Lotus. She is a vintage seller. So I was chatting with her a little bit, and she thinks it's probably similar to the dresses. Vintage tends to be a little bit more dressy. I mean, you don't really wear vintage when you're like around the house. And I mean, you can, but it's more like going out and doing things. And a little bit dressier. And so she said that her vintage is down as well. So I'm definitely being very cautious when I'm picking up vintage moving forward. And I'll show you the few vintage pieces that did sell for me. The other thing I wanted to point out, let me see where it was. I think that's okay. So this is another one too. So this means that it has a lower average sale price, but a higher sell-through rate, and that is Citizens of Humanity. Those are jeans. So that's a brand that I'm looking out for. While it's at $26, and I try and aim for a higher average sale price than that, they're selling through. So they're going to sell quickly. As long as it sells quickly, I don't mind coming down a few bucks for that. Platform split outs, I'm not going to go over that. That was in my video that I posted last week. So if you want to kind of look at how my platforms were split out, check that video out. If you like videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give me a like on your way out as well. Sourcing. So these are the new sourcing places. You can see this is year over year. Last year I was doing thrift store and bins. I don't have any of these other previous years. Because of what's been happening, I've been trying a couple new things. And this is why I love data, because I'm looking at this to see, is this actually worth me spending my time and money on? So a couple things I want to point out with this. Consignment, my brother-in-law is a reseller and he's kind of over it. So he still likes the shopping. He hates doing all the other stuff. So he buys stuff and gives it to me. And then I am selling it and we're splitting it. He is a reseller for 12 years. So $64 average sale price. Obviously, he knows what he's doing. So I'm hoping that relationship will continue to stay as well. Something I'm curious about here is, so donated. A lot of people were getting items that were donated. I was very cautious with this because oftentimes you just get a bunch of crap donated to you. So I did get some donated items. I have some friends who have some pretty reasonable taste. So it is a zero cost of good. So you're making pure profit off of it. However, you can see my average profit for that it's one of the lowest, right? So that's something that I'm going to continue to be cautious about as well. Online sourcing, I haven't done a ton of this. And my average sale price is $10. It's hard to online source because you're having to also pay for shipping. So I've been very cautious about what I am purchasing doing that. What's up, Ashley? Thanks for joining. If you guys have questions as I go through this, definitely make sure to ask as well. That's kind of why I want to do this live as I go through and talk about data if there's specific questions that you have. But so the online sourcing, on average, I'm spending about $10, which is about double what I normally spend. You saw my average cost of good before. However, my profit on it is $42. The reason for this is you can go in and figure out exactly what you want to purchase. I will sit there and look up items that I know have sold for me in the past, items that sell high, specifically look for like new people on the platforms. But it is very time consuming. So I'll continue to do this, but just very cautious because it is time consuming. The other thing I wanted to point out is, so if you guys watched my reseller box unboxing, I feel like I was a little bit misled in what I got. I paid $8.50, which is definitely more than I normally pay. I was expecting to get higher quality items than I did. So I have that video up. I was actually a 2-part video of that box. You guys can check it out after this video. Head over and check it out. But I kind of want to track and see how that did. And so the items are selling, but it is again $17.82 average sale price. They're selling lower, which is why I was disappointed because the items that I got were lower. However, and I'll show you guys the actual items in a minute, one of the boxes was a jeans box. And so while they're selling lower than I would have paid $8.50 an item for, they are selling, and a lot of them are selling pretty well. A lot of them are like trendy new brands I didn't know. So it is helping. I'm trying to have it, turn lemons into lemonade. I am trying. I just heard saw my husband. Side chat. Man, I forgot to hit the like myself. Terrible husband. Well, thanks for joining. You still have time, lots of time. So the reseller box items are selling, and I'll show you, and it's helping me learn denim and learn jeans. While I probably wouldn't pay $8.50 for these brands in the future, it's helping me see what's going to sell, and I would probably pay a lower price for them as well. And then the Macy's lot is one other thing that I wanted to touch on. This is something I've been considering and dabbling in. Let me know if you guys do lots or liquidation or pallets or wholesale or anything like that. I've kind of been figuring out if I wanted to do it. It seems like a lot. Like buying a pallet is a lot. So I haven't been sure, but this Macy's lot, I actually have a friend who does purchase pallets, and she went back to her full-time job and she had a full activewear pallet that she hadn't listed yet. And me and another one of my friends split the pallet. So I kind of I'm starting to get a feel of how that would perform for me. It was $3.02 an item, which I kind of love that. I also love that I didn't have to like go out to the thrift store and source it. I can just take pictures. Everything is new with tag. It is performing right around $20. So it is a little bit less than the average sale price that I like. But why I'm still maybe considering it is because it gives me the inventory. It gives me a lot of inventory. Having to find things at thrift stores all the time, especially as a busy mom, I source maybe 2 times a month. So having to find, 70 items a week, is going to be really hard. So I'm still considering that. Let me know what you guys think as well. Ashley is saying that's what I loved about getting wholesale boxes pallets. It's teaching me new brands and getting chances to see how they will do in my store. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, Ashley. Let me know. I mean, as much as you're willing to share, I know a lot of people who do that, like where are you sourcing from and what are you having good luck with? So now I want to get into, now we're moving to, this is Poshmark only data. This is another dashboard. I have 3 dashboards for sale, all on my website or Etsy, www.SarahStylesLLC.com. The link should be in my YouTube as well. But this is strictly Poshmark data. Poshmark doesn't give you any kind of data. So I created these dashboards to look at. And so there's a bunch of charts in here. I'm only going to show you a few of them. I want to look at my top brands that sold on Poshmark. And what's interesting is, so this Arata, I don't know how to say it. It is my most sold and my highest dollar. That is a completely new brand to me. I purchased it from at the beginning of COVID. My cousin, her boutique closed about a year ago, and she had asked me if I wanted her old inventory. And I told her no, because it was like boutique-y brands that can be hard to sell. And then COVID happened, and I was like, I have no inventory. Do you still have some left? And she had about 500 items left. So I just purchased all of it from her, and I'm starting to learn new brands from that, which is kind of interesting. And this brand is actually, I get a lot of people that are like, oh, I love that brand. And they buy multiple pieces by that brand, something I had never heard of before. And you can see the average sale price is right around $30 for it as well. The average days on hand is 14 days. So this is definitely a brand if you guys aren't familiar with. Excuse me. Keep in mind, this is new with tax. So I don't know how this would sell from a reseller or like a thrift store. The other thing I want to point out here, average sale price, highest average sale price is no surprise there. The other thing I want to point out here is the jean brands, my top jean brands. Dear John, Zara is mostly jeans that I'm selling. So those are ones I had never sold Dear John before. Those are my by total items sold. If we look down at my total sale amount, so I'm making the most money on these, is again that Arata brand. Dear John is up there. Michael Kors is purses, Uggs. I mean, is anyone surprised about Uggs? I'm actually excited about winter and fall coming. I love boots. Coach is up there as well. Purses. Max Maria was just one item. Well, it was a suit, so it was a top and a bottom. And a tip for you, Breezy Von Breezy taught me this tip. So if you buy a suit at a thrift store, it usually comes as one price. But if you split it up, you typically will get more value out of it. So I split it up and then always say like, hey, I have the bottoms for these as well. And so this person did actually buy both of them as a set, and I sold it for $95. So I was happy with that. Colehan Anthropology. That's surprising for me. I don't sell a ton of Anthropology. I think that's because I got it in the reseller box. I rarely pick up Anthropology for myself as well. So Ashley is saying, lots of resellers who have been getting pallets are creating smaller boxes, so I started there. I also purchased from Jomar's Wholesale and the Bolo box. Still working to get my own pallets soon. I'm interested. Keep me updated, Ashley. Maybe I'll have to have you on the show and we can chat about it as well. I hadn't thought about, I know Denali sells off some of her inventory. If you guys don't follow Denali, El Dujo Thrift, lots of really good content over there as well. But I know she sells off some of her inventory as well. So these are my top brands. I quickly, I'm going to touch on this just because if you don't have all of I use all of the dashboards. I made them all for a reason. If you don't want all of them or you're primarily a Poshmark seller, a lot of the information that I shared in the sales and trends dashboard, you can get in this. This goes through your categories as well and your sell-through rates. I'm not going to go over it because we went over it in the sales and trends. This is all brands. The other thing that I just quickly want to go over is I can look at sizes. I'm new to jeans. What sizes were selling for me in jeans? 29, 30, 26, 10, 12. These medium to large sizes definitely sell better for me. And you can see a lot of people say plus sizes. I don't know if I'm not as good at picking them out or taking pictures. I don't know what it is, but these plus sizes, I have a plus here, a 20 wide here, not selling. And then the smaller sizes as well, extra small size 4s. Tend to sit for me a little bit as well. I do want to quickly look at dresses subcategories. If you're not familiar with this dashboard, you can go through and look at all your subcategories as well. Not going to do it for the sake of this video, but dresses were not selling for me. And I just want to look if there were really any dresses that were performing well. And the answer to that is no. But so I do want to point out though, the two things that are on hand that aren't selling are prom and wedding. I do have a decent amount of prom and wedding. They did really well for me last year. No one would have known that during prom and wedding season, we would have been in a pandemic. So I do, that's probably why that's suppressing some of my dresses as well. Let's get into items that actually sold. Who wants to see what items actually contributed to this? I feel like I'm just talking, so I'm probably not going to go too much into detail with everything, but if you have questions, you want to know more information for what's selling, let me know. So this is what sold on Poshmark, and then I will get into eBay as well. This is part of that reseller box. So you can see again, it sold for $20. It's a brand I had never heard of. It is new with tags. That is a nice thing too about that reseller box that I purchased. Most of the items, the clothing, non-jean items were new with tags. I don't know though if that really helps. I've heard resellers say that people don't really care if it has a tag on it or not. What do you guys feel? Do you think that's the same thing? I don't think it hurts, right, to have a tag on it. And my kind of thought was to, as there were stay-at-home orders in place and more people were moving to online sourcing, they may not be as willing to purchase used items. And so they may be willing to look at more new tag items. So that was kind of my thought process in buying the boutique items, the Macy's lot, and then also this new with tags reseller box. Not Your Daughter jeans. These were the raw hems. This was also the reseller box. So that reseller box, the things are selling just at a low price, $26. I want to spend $8.50 on an item that's going to sell for $20 minus my fees, right? I pay a lister. So I know I do. Those patches are cute, right? Let me know if you guys sell a lot of jeans. I'm still trying to figure out jeans. Not Your Daughter jeans, I've heard do well. I've sold some of them, but then I also have some that sit. So if you guys have any tips on what Not Your Daughter jeans to look for, let me know. Any tips to look for. I know like certain styles, like the high rises in the raw hem, these patches probably did really well. Restyle Secrets has said, I think new tag do much better than used in Q4 because they're suitable for gifts. And I would agree with that. I've heard a lot of people say Q4 is amazing. My Q4 last year, my December was awful. My November, I was building a dashboard in November. So typically I'm not working as much, but my November was not great either. But I do mainly, before now, I did mainly used items. So I wonder if that contributed to it for sure. This Puma, I could not model this because I would have kept it. It was so soft and so cute. It would be so cute with like some sneakers and it was so cute. This was part of that Macy's lot. This, I think, so I do a free gift with purchase if they want it. I don't like to just send items that are going to get thrown away because that's wasteful, but I do a free gift with purchase. So this was probably purchased with, I don't remember to be honest, probably with the Puma skirt. This USA, this was from the Macy's lot, new with tags, $50 sale price. I made sure to get that listed. I listed that like the week before 4th of July. So I made sure to get that listed. I listed it at 55. So normally I list it 10% higher than I want to, and I drop the price right away. I listed it at 55 and forgot to drop the price. So then someone offered me $50 and I was like, well, perfect. That's what I was going to list it at as well. So resale, this is good to know because I've also noticed this. Q4 is not amazing in my experience for used. Q1 is better for used clothing. That makes sense because people are coming off of Christmas and either have Christmas money to spend and they don't mind spending it on themselves if it's used, and or they're broke from Christmas and still want to buy things. So yeah, this is good to know. Lots of good secrets. And that's kind of what I'm noticing. Q4 is amazing for new hard good items, home decor, toys, electronics, which makes sense why my Q4 sucks. The North Face, thankfully, I didn't have any of these in my size as well. I live in these type of skirts during the summer. They have shorts under them and they're breathable, super cute. The North Face gray, $20. This is the Macy's lot. So that sold for $20. They're selling, again, this is the Macy's lot selling for $18. They are selling, but they're not selling high. But again, part of the strategy too with this is sales beget sales, right? And so if I have these items that are going to sell, maybe I'm not making a gazillion dollars off of them, but if they are going to sell, then they're helping my other items get visibility and appease the algorithm, right? So that's kind of why I'm leaning towards maybe getting a palette and getting a box. This, oh my God, this actually fit me. So oftentimes I put clothes on and you don't see the back of the item because it's not zipped up all the way. This one did actually fit me and it was so cute, as if I had anywhere to wear it to. I do have another one. So if you're in the market for a romper, head to my closet. This, I think this was a bundle actually, now that I think about it. And these three were all from my cousin's boutique. Something I'm really working hard on. I talk about this in my other list or my other video about my financials for the month of June, but something I worked really hard on is bundles with these boutique items, because these aren't necessarily brands that people are looking for. So when they're searching, they will search the North Face, right? They're not going to search these boutique brands, but then they go to my closet and they're like, oh, that is cute, right? And so then they'll bundle it. Dansko's, always a classic. Dansko's, those are from a thrift store, I believe. Tees by Tina, completely new to me. I think that was from the reseller box. This is a skirt from the lot that I got from my cousin. These are all shorts. These all sold really quickly. I listed so the Macy's lot, I only started listing in June. So anything that is from the Macy's lot started selling within a week to 3 weeks of listing. So they are quick movers. All of these Nike shorts sold again, $20, $17, $25, not huge prices, but they're selling quickly. This Sky is from that reseller box, and something that I loathe. If you follow my Instagram, if you don't follow my Instagram, follow my Instagram. I'm only 300 away from 10,000 followers on Instagram, and then I get the swipe up that I am like beyond excited for. It's just a swipe up, but it's kind of exciting. Instagram makes you want it, right? So if you're not following me, head over there and follow me. After the video, head on over there and follow me. I'm also doing a giveaway that ends today. It's an awesome giveaway with 12 other resellers, so make sure to follow over there. But if you follow my Instagram stories, this white, I had about 70 items. That was the other thing with the reseller box, is it was a lot of white. And when I say a lot, I mean like 40 or 50 items of white. And they probably sent it to me because they didn't want to photograph it. So I did purchase this. I have a paper roll. You can see my big paper roll behind me up on the wall. And that's a big one that I do my modeling for. But then also behind my computer, I have a smaller white paper roll for like the shoes and flat lays and stuff. But white sucks. So I saved all of my white. I had about 70 items of white to photograph. I purchased a black paper roll. It's on my Instagram influencer store if you want one, or you can just look it up on Amazon. It was about $30, but it was definitely worth it because now that white pops. Otherwise, it's really hard to take good pictures of white. If you guys have other suggestions, definitely leave notes down below. Prana, this was donated to me. They sold pretty quickly, though. I find that's the case with Prana as long as it is fairly new-ish, recently sold. Ellen Tracy, these were boots. I think it's really funny that, these high boots are selling in the middle of June. Shorts, again, this was the reseller. This was the boutique that I got from my cousin, J. Crew. I got these at the bins a while ago. Like I said, I don't normally buy shorts, but my average sale price my sell-through rate during the summer is really high. J. Crew, these were like a year old. On J. Crew, if they still have the label in it, you can look and it'll say like F19, which is like fall of 19. And it tells you like quickly how new the item is. And I think these were like last year's season. And they sold pretty quickly. $16, not huge, but they sold. This was an item with a bundle, so that was free with one of these bundles. This purse, Michael Kors, this purse kind of bums me out, to be honest. So I sold it on eBay. And I sold it full price on eBay for like $120 pre-COVID. Items were selling a bit higher for like $120, and she got it and was like, I don't really like it. I'm going to send it back. And I'm like, oh, yay. Thank you so much, eBay. Love that. So she sent it back. It was fine. It got sent back in the same condition, whatever. So I relisted it, but now it sold post-COVID for $70, significantly less than it had originally sold, but it sold, and $70 is still $70. BB Dakota. So this is the boutique brand. This is really cute. It's like a faux leather. I have a couple other of those. This is a backless one. I also have a couple of other of those. If you guys are looking for really cute boutique items, a lot of these are really cute. Again, with the boots, Uggs, this is a full out buy, which who doesn't love when people buy items full price? This was also a full price. Denimocracy. I don't wear a lot of jeans. I wear athletic wear. So I don't know a lot of jean brands. I'm also not a very fancy person. I love Target. And anything super nice, I usually resell. but unless it's athletic wear, because that I do like, it's breathable and comfortable. But so denim democracy was new to me, but that came from my cousin's lot. It was new with tags, $33. I'll take it. What kills me is these are new with tags. So they sell in the store for $160. And I can only get $33 out of them. That's kind of what the comps were sitting at. And that's about what they're selling for me, between 25 and 35, depending on the style. This is free with purchase. So if you're new to Poshmark or you didn't know this, if it sells in a bundle, it tells you the sold price as what it was listed at, not what it actually sold at. So these sold together. I don't remember exactly what it sold for, to be honest, but a cute little pair of vintage shoes. Those are a thrift store, I think. This I found at the bins. I don't sell a lot of kids' men's sports stuff, but I picked it up and I was like, I don't know. I feel like people want sports things. Sold for $15. Echo is I have pretty good luck with Echo's boots. Sorry, my mouse just went dead. I have pretty good luck with Echo's boots. There we go. And we're back. I have pretty good luck with Echo boots. These sold really quickly, which is so ironic because it's like June. I don't know who's buying boots in June. I mean, clearly this person is, but in general. And that's where, like, I don't know. What do you guys do? Do you wait to list items seasonally, or do you just list items as you have them? I tend to list items as I have them. I will try to do the seasonal stuff first. But if I have boots, I list them. If I have winter jackets, I list them, especially with e-commerce, because they're not like, you can't really get boots in stores right now. And so if people are wanting boots, then they'll go to e-commerce. Vintage, Levi's, jeans, these used to sell like hotcakes. They're still selling, but not nearly as quickly as they were before. This Banana Republic purses are super good quality. You can see the retail price for them are, $150, $200. They sell for me between $30 and $60, depending on the style. Spanx, new with tags, that was the reseller box. So that was a good one. This is kind of what I was expecting from the box, and I would have been super happy if I got all of that. This over here is what I got. New with tags tail, which I have never heard of, for $21. This cami new with tags, that was a reseller box. So that's one that I was happy with. That's what I was expecting. I'm just seeing what Lauren said. Your closet, what did she say? Your closet reminds me of the bin pickers. They think outside the box with what they purchase. Nice variety. I'm not familiar with the bin pickers, but I do like to have variety. I follow my data mostly in what sells. Mostly women's, just because I've spent 35 years learning women's fashion. So it's pretty comfortable for me. This Anthropologie dress, if you have been following me, this Anthropologie dress I have had for over a year. It has the most likes. Like, you can see 92 likes. That's relisted. Before I relisted it, it had like 130 likes. It would not sell to save my life. Over a year, that many likes, it finally sold. Someone sent me an offer for $60. It was new with tags, $400 dress, new with tags from Anthropologie, finally sold, and I was ecstatic. I would have liked a little bit more new with tag $400 dress, but I'd had it so long, you could have probably offered me $10. And I would have taken it. Hazel cream. See, this is what I didn't have a black background for this yet. So doing that white on white is so hard. Jag, these likely sold because they're high rise. So if you're looking, something I've learned, like I said, I am not a pro at jeans. What I'm learning from the jeans that I have been selling the past couple of months, high rise is definitely in. Skinny jeans sell well. If you come down here and you look at these BDG, the distressed high-rise mom jeans, like that's where it's at right now. All of those in your SEOs. Keen, I do not sell a lot of kids shoes. I do buy kids Keen shoes to resell, and also winter boots. Kamik, Kamik, or like Sorel boots, Columbia probably. They don't sell, they sell around $20, but they definitely sell. And I will always buy them if they're in sizes higher than where my kids are in, because if they don't sell, then I just have shoes for my kids. This fedora hat sold fairly quickly. Survival. This is part of the boutique. Yes, for my cousin. $17, not crazy. Some of the boutique stuff I find is really hard to take good pictures of. Like that's just like a black shirt. I have multiple of them if you are interested, also white ones as well. Girlfriend, the Joan Distress. So Girlfriend, again, this is what I was expecting. This is a reseller box. That is the type of jeans that I would have paid $8.50 for. Not these $20 BDGs. I mean, they sold, but I would not have paid $8.50 for that. I would have paid it for New Attack Girlfriend jeans. Dooney and Burke, I'd had this one for quite a while. Dooney and Burke is kind of hit or miss for me. Sometimes it sells. The leather ones that are like really good quality sell really much higher. Anything with logos, and that's so Coach, Dooney and Burke, Michael Kors even, that has logos on it, I rarely will pick that up because it doesn't, do you know what I mean? Like not like this has the logo on the front, but if it's like all Dooney and Burke, I won't pick it up. These were, I'm not sure where those came from. I think those were donated maybe. I'm pretty sure those were donated. One of my friends that donates to me often used to work at a like yoga studio. So she donates a lot of like Lululemon and athletic wear type of stuff. This is from the boutique box that I got. And you guys see why I'm starting to go to every week, because I mean, how many items did I sell? 180 items. It's a lot of items to go through. So I'm going to go to every week, do this once a week. So it's less items to go through. This is from the boutique brand. Let me see. Yes, from here to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs of pants was a bundle, one bundle. And that's kind of what I liked about the boutique as well, is that they're all very similar style. And so if I can get people back to my closet to look, I'm finding that they are bundling the items together because it was from a boutique, right? They're all kind of the similar style. New with tags. So that was, and then she also came back and bought something, another pair of pants as well. This is that brand, the Arata, or I don't know how to say it. This was so hard to take a good photo of, but it was gorgeous. It was velvet in the front and it had like this see-through floral in the black. The lady who bought it said that she'd been looking specifically for this one. I have another one too, if you guys are interested. These were tore up from the floor up. I don't even remember where I got those from. So a $5, I mean, I made like $2 on those, but whatever, it's a sale. Vintage Coach. These are the coaches that I usually go for. This one's vintage, but the sleek leather, the bigger the better coaches tend to sell at a higher price for me. Uggs, again, who is buying Ugg boots in June? But $50 Ugg boots, I will take it. Zara, these were new with tags. This was the reseller box that I got. I mean, they sell the mid-rise skinny jeans, and they're helping me learn what type of jeans are selling, because most of the reseller box, what has sold has only been listed for a month, which is a pretty good turnaround for clothes. So it's helping me when I'm outsourcing figure out what I would pay, $3 for, not $8 for. These J. Crew, I think I got this from the bins like forever ago. So that's what it is. Again, that brand, people are specifically looking for it. It's selling pretty well for me. New with tags. Bebe, these were donated. I actually, one friend that I met on social media and YouTube, she lives here in Florida, back and forth, and she had a friend reach out to her that said, hey, I'm donating stuff. Do you want it? What's up, Duncan? Thanks for joining. Asked if she wanted it. She's not currently here, so she reached out to me and asked if I wanted it. She donated like, I don't know, it was like 25 pairs of jeans, this being one of them, but most of them were like Rock Revival, BKE, all brands. I don't sell jeans. All brands I had no idea about. Most of them were men's. And so now I'm like, oh, boom, I learned. St. John, I was hoping to get a little bit more for this, but someone offered it and I took it. I think we are past, I'm trying to remember. Oh, no. I was thinking if we were past going into May. No, we're still in June. Lots of sales, which is why I'm moving to once a week instead of the full month. Kay Ungner, this was vintage. It was absolutely gorgeous. This is why I take almost every offer. I mean, not if it's like ridiculously low, but if it's like $5 or $10 less than I was hoping for, it's $5 or $10. But this is one of the reasons why. So I had this listed at like $80 or something. It's new with tags. It's gorgeous. It retails for $400. I listed it around $80. And about a year ago, 9 months maybe, someone offered me $40 for it. I think it was $35. And I was like, no way, it's listed at $80. I'm not going to take that. It sat for a complete year and then sold at $30. So I should have just taken it a year ago, reinvested that money, and I would have made even more. So Genetics, these were part of that Jean lot as well. That's not a brand that I've heard of before. So, I mean, it is helping, and that sold for $40. That's kind of what I was expecting out of the lot, not what I got. Love Stitch, that's the boutique from my cousin. This is a free with purchase, so it probably came with, you know, this purse maybe. This Coach purse was funny. So it had to have been a new user. I woke up to 2 offers and then a buy one morning. And so I was looking through and I was like, oh, that's exciting. One offer was for this purse was for like $53 and then they canceled it. And then one offer was for like $65 and then they canceled it. And then they bought it at $73, all while I was sleeping. So I probably would have taken the $50, but I didn't have a chance because I was sleeping. Zara, so that reseller box, those jeans are selling, but you know, they're not selling great. $20. I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't have paid that price for $20 Zara. Cole Haan is hit or miss, but this one sold for $62. And this is leather. This is bigger, really good condition. I find is going to sell. Black and browns are going to sell because they're, you know, you can have them for a long time. True Religion, this is part of that lady who donated those items to me. These were also part, these are men's, I think these are women's. A cute little summer hat. Michael Kors. So I was talking yesterday with Nick from NCI Resells. Check out that video. Lots of really good information in it. But we were talking about like looking up comps and should you look up comps. And the more you do it, the less I think you have to, because you kind of just have a feeling of what's going to sell, and not all comps. Comp doesn't mean that's how it's going to sell for you, but that's one of, I did not follow the comps on this. This is a pair of Michael Kors. I looked them up. There was 1 or 2 other pairs like this that sold for like $10. And I was like, no way. Those are so cute. And the loafer is kind of in style right now. The metallic and silver. So I bought them. And they sold for $57. So that's one time that I looked at the comps and I was like, nah, I'm not going to listen to that. I think these are articles of society from my cousin's haul. And then boots, 3 pairs of boots in June. Just mind baffling. And then this ends with an ETC elastic waist midi skirt. That is for my cousin's lot as well. So that's Poshmark. I feel like I've been talking for a very long time, and I absolutely have. So I'm going to just quickly show you a couple eBay things. I'm not going to go into all of my eBay. So let me just go into a couple eBay items. This is from my brother. So most of the stuff I'm selling for my brother-in-law is going to stay on eBay. These were on Poshmark, but a lot of it is like electronics and like hard goods and stuff that auction on eBay and stuff. But these were men's shoes. I rarely look at the men's. They sold for $63. I will take that. This is from my cousin's lot as well. Anthropologie, new with tags. That's what, like, most of the Anthropologie, be the comp you want to see. I love it. Yes, Grumpy Thrifters. Can I highlight that one? There you go. Be the comp you want to see. Love it. LA Idol. These actually are selling pretty quickly. Oh, Duncan, I can't show you all of my eBay items. I'm done talking. It's been almost an hour. But I am going to, Duncan, you missed the beginning, or at least you were quiet in the beginning. I am going to start doing this once a week. So then I can show you all of my items because it won't be 180 of them. So LA Idol, this was the boutique from my cousin. Yeah, see, I'm getting thirsty. I can't show all of them. I can hear my kids wanting dinner, so I will show a lot of them. There's like 80 of them on eBay. But these are from my cousin lot from the boutique. And surprisingly, I don't know if this is highly sought after. A couple of these were international shipping. I don't know why. I don't know. International shipping. Sure. Velvet Graham. That's a new brand to me. If you watch my channel, you should know that I don't know all the brands. I have only been reselling for roughly over a year and a half. I did upcycle before, so I know like Etsy and SEOs and how like some of that works. And I've been thrifting my whole life, upcycling with thrifted finds, but reselling is different. Like you have to know brands and different kinds of stuff. So I've only been doing that for like a year and a half. I don't know all the brands. I don't pretend to know all the brands. I'm learning right along with you guys. What I do know is how to look at data and how to let that drive my decisions. Which is why I have this channel and created the dashboards to help you guys as well. But this was a new brand to me. It sold for $22. It was new with tags. This was the reseller box that I got. I don't have to say it again. I wouldn't have paid the price for that. This was from my cousin. The cousin haul that I did. So it's new with tags from a boutique. I think it probably sold because it has, you can see it has the American flag on it. I have water, Duncan. All right. These are actually kind of selling. This brand, I think it's a boutique brand, but I had quite a few of them. And I think I shipped out one of them today as well. See, there's another one that sold. So two of them have sold. This Marmot, I'm in Colorado. If you don't know, Marmot, the North Face, Columbia, Patagonia, those are all brands that you see fairly often. And we're a very active state here. I don't think, if anybody knows, so I'm new to eBay. The way that I clicked on this, I'm almost positive it did not sell for $44. So I don't know how. Duncan, you're on. Oh, I don't want a beer. Some vodka. Y'all don't want me to do a beer and vodka. The Grumpy Thrifters, you're asking how I'm filming this. So right now I'm on StreamYard. What I've actually been doing though, when I'm filming not live, is using Zoom because it records, but then you can do your screen and your video at the same time. And so you don't have to overlay and edit it. So I've been actually just having a meeting with myself on Zoom and recording it. But this is StreamYard because I'm going live. Duncan, let me know, why is this $44 the way that I'm viewing it? I went into my sale, like what sold, and then just clicked on it. And it's coming up. I'm pretty sure that's not what it sold for. Buffalo, this is for my cousin's lot. I think I had 5 of them and they all sold. They were actually really cute. A lot of the stuff from her boutique, I probably would have kept. It was new with tags though. So I kind of feel bad tearing the tag off. And then if I didn't like it, it wouldn't sell for as much. This again was for my cousin's lot. So her stuff isn't selling, $17. The other one was like $14. They weren't selling super high, but they're definitely selling. It was 500 items that I didn't have to go source during COVID that are selling. So that definitely helped me out. I actually still probably have about 100 items that are winter items. I'm not necessarily holding on to them to do for the winter because you saw like boots and stuff are selling. I'm just doing other things like my high-end purses I'm doing, or like summer things I'm putting out now because those are more likely to sell. This is another one of those skirts. This brand is really cute. Scrapbook has like these added lace detailing in it. Really cute. Massimo, y'all. That reseller box, you're going to hear about it until they're all gone. And it was like a 100-pound box. But that reseller box, I paid $8.50 for jeans that were from someone who was loaded, hardly worn, brands like Citizens of Humanity. What else did they? Standard, other brands that they told me. I got Target. Like, get it together. What are you talking about? I mean, they sold their mid-rise skinny. But so this is helpful. I'm trying to think of it in a positive light. They sold for $22. No, that's not true. Yeah, I don't know. Duncan, what do you have to say? So yes, Duncan. So the way that I'm looking at it, these sold, I recently shipped these out. These sold for like $16. Why are they showing $22 when I pull up this screen? It's the screen. So if you go into like paid and shipped for, I just went through all of my sales there and clicked on it and opened it up because I don't want you to be able to see the buyer's information. But when I click on it, it's showing it sold for a higher price than it did. So I don't know if you know about that. I don't know. I think they sold for $16, which still is pretty good for Target. Like you can get Target jeans for that price at Target. I'll take it. Y'all. So I don't do, sounds like I'm from Colorado. I say y'all though, but y'all, it sounds, oh, Duncan pulling through. I knew you would know. All right. Duncan says, if you accepted an offer, the full price still shows. Love it. I really like that because I accept a lot of offers. So then my comps don't look as bad. I like it. Thanks, Duncan. So my brother-in-law, I told you, is a reseller. He's been doing it for like 12 years. He's sick of he really doesn't want to go to managed payments. And doesn't want to deal with like that side of it anymore, but he still likes to shop. He knows what he's doing. And so he gave me a bunch of these calculators. They have all sold within days of me listing them. $60. They're super easy to ship, super easy to take pictures of. Make sure to put batteries in when you take pictures of them to show that they work. But I'm keeping an eye out for calculators. And it makes sense why they sell, because I remember having to buy them for college and high school, and it was awful. Free people, this was an offer. Now I know, Duncan, thank you so much. Like I said, in June, I was doing free shipping for a lot of this. I'm slowly starting to move away from that because free shipping on a $20 item is killing me. But that was an offer that was from the, what do you call it? Reseller box as well. White, what I tell you, the white, they said, ugh. I'm trying to keep a positive note because the items are selling and they're helping me keep an idea of what will sell well. Denimocracy, these are for my cousin's lot. Their new attack selling well. Rolls Royce, this is also for my cousin's lot. These would be really comfortable. They're like perfect amount of stretch and really cute. Nike, I think this is for my from that reseller box, the Nike shorts. If you see Nike shorts, if they're current ones, I would pick them up. They're not selling high, right around $20, but most of the Nike shorts that I have right now have been selling. Fossil purse, I'm hit or miss with Fossil. I purchased this one because it was in really good condition. This is a way, if you're new to purses, one quick way that I look to see the condition is the edges. The edges are going to show wear quicker than anywhere else. Obviously, if there's stains and stuff, but you can see the wear on this. I mean, there's hardly any wear on this. That sold pretty quick. Jacob, back to Not Your Daughter's jeans. These are the Amy skinny legs. So high rise, this is helping me get an idea of what kinds of jeans to be looking for. So I'm not making huge profits, but I am taking this as a lesson learned. What is selling for me? Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to be moving. Oh, yes. I think I'm going to be moving away from free shipping. Yeah, I go back and forth on this. So I've been working with Chris from A Daily Refinement, and he has a valid point. Because when you shop eBay, I don't remember what he calls it, but like a left-hand shopper or something. But you click all of the like filters, right? Like I want this, whatever it is. Hold on just a second. My husband made a comment. Sorry, guys. We're trying to figure out dinner. I love selling fossil purses. I have found several lately. They're hit or miss for me, for sure. Free shipping. So on the left, there's filters, and you want to be able to hit as many of those filters as possible, right? And one of them is free shipping. So I get that it makes sense. And so maybe I'm going to try and take free shipping off and see how it does. Some people have free shipping and then just build it into their price, but I'm having a lot of people send me low offers. And then if I counter, they just ghost, right? So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm Lauren, I know. He's big on it. When I watch those videos with Chris, I cringe every time he talks about free shipping. Let me tell you, my sales have definitely increased on eBay with free shipping. I'm hoping that I'm keeping some of that momentum. So he's talking about dinner. He's headed to go get dinner, which is why I have to wrap up, guys. So I'm not going to show all of them, but we're getting towards the end. So Not Your Daughter jeans. I am trying to think positive about these. I'm not making huge profits on them, especially because, so this is fast and free. I paid $8.50 for them. They either sold for $25 or probably less. I probably took a lower offer. So $8.50, free shipping. Jeans cost like, typically you have to put them in a padded flat rate. So that's $15, plus the fees that you pay on eBay. I probably made $1 on this pair of jeans. So not loving the free shipping. I have moved to like a flat rate. So for jeans now I'm charging like $5.99. So I don't mind losing a couple bucks because it cost me about $7.52 for most of them. That's what I'm doing, Duncan. I am. So I'm taking free shipping off of items like the jeans. I'm taking them off because my jeans are selling for $20. I'm paying $7 of free shipping to ship them. It's not worth it for me. So I'm adding it. Padded is $8. But if you buy through eBay, it's like $7.52 or something, I think. But I'm taking them off. I am doing like little by little. I'm a data person, so you only make one small change, see how it goes. So I talked about with Chris doing free shipping, taking free shipping off and taking off promoted listings. I'm only making one change at a time to kind of see the impact of it. So sorry, back to your question, Duncan. I am taking like jeans. I changed all of the jeans, boots and purses. I also changed because it costs $9 to $15 depending on how much they are to ship. So yes, Duncan, you're saying $5.99. So I am still okay losing a little bit. So jeans I'm doing at $5.99. Bags and purses I'm doing at $9.99. And while they typically will cost me, like depending on where they're going, like $10 to $13. So I'm okay losing a little bit to stay competitive, but not only making $1 on an item, right? And then everything else, things that are costing me, that you can do first class, I'm keeping on, or items that are over $50, fine. I'll pay for shipping for now to get the exposure. Aldo men's shoes, it was kind of funny. I found these at a thrift store, and whenever I sell something to someone that lives close, like this person lives in Denver, I always imagine that they got rid of them and then they regretted that decision and then went online to find them. Am I the only one who makes up those stories? So this sold to someone in Denver, and these were originally their shoes. That's the story that I made up in my head. Nike shorts. These are newer tags. Patagonia. This was from, if you guys don't know Patagonia, these cinchillas, they sell. I mean, they sell. I probably could have gotten a little bit more for this. I took an offer. I think I took an offer of like $50 just to get momentum going in the store. Not Your Daughter jeans. Again, so the skinny ones and the high rise, it's helping me decide, and the distress looks, it's helping me see, you can see down here, distressed knee. It's helping me see what is selling. These are, if you watch me, I have like an 80-20 rule. So I purchase 80% of items that I know are going to sell for me. And then I come across a Miss L flyer that I've never heard of. Comps are kind of weird. There's not a lot of them. And so this was one of my 20%. I took the risk and it paid off. It sold, I think it was an offer of about $50, but it sold within like a week of listing it. Timberland, I love selling Timberland boots. They make such quality boots. We see a decent amount of Timberland as well. We have a Timberland outlet here as well. Coach. So these are the coaches. This is one of the coaches. I purchased this for $10 on Poshmark and sold it. This sold full price. I actually think that's weird. I thought it sold for $68. Maybe it sold for $6. Yeah, so it sold full price, but it was on sale. So this did sell for $68. And I bought it for $10. But this is where on Poshmark, my average sale price or my average cost of good is a little bit higher, $10. But I made, I sold it for $68. So I don't mind that as well. Denimocracy, that's jeans again. This Lice high-rise jeans, never heard of it, but they sold pretty quickly. That's from that lot as well. This is the brand again from my cousin's lot. People are seeking out that brand. So if you see it new with tags, I don't know if it would sell without tags, but it's a boutique brand. Michael Kors, this sold for, I think, $50. I was hoping to get a little bit more, but my strategy on eBay in June, definitely June, I took almost every single offer that I got because I just wanted to get momentum going. But see, so this is the free shipping, right? So $50, and then it cost me like $12, I think, to ship it. That came out of my profit so that's what I did. I'm changing my shoes and my purses and my jeans. Everything else is free shipping for now. Let me see. For jeans, I fold them in place in a roll and push out in the air, and then I put them in a flat rate, not padded. Oh, that's interesting. But you really only, if you do a non-padded flat rate, you really only save like 30 cents, isn't it? Or am I making that up? I'm still learning eBay. Something I saw in a group, I'm going to try this because I struggle with this having boxes. So you can get free boxes from Priority, right? And something that I struggled with like purses and boots, most of the bigger boxes I have are the flat rate boxes, but it usually costs more to send the flat rate boxes. So someone said to put it in a flat rate box and then put a poly mailer over it, and then you can send it as just regular Priority. So that's smart. It has to be like a certain size. It has to fit this, standards, but I thought that was a good idea. So I'm going to do that. Miss Me denim. These are jean shorts. They sold quickly. That was the first time I've heard Miss Me sells well. Like I said, I haven't sold jeans in the past. BDG. These are high-rise mom jeans. Chaco, we see a lot of Chaco here. Like I said, I'm Colorado active wear. So we see a lot of those. Those usually sell between $30 and $50 depending on the style fairly quickly. Again, this is that brand, really cute boutique stuff. The Zara, the cigarette, this is helping me see what is selling. This distressed look. This is a mid-rise, but the cigarette kind of skinny jean. Pleasers, these are actually like, you can't tell so much from this one, but these are like an exotic dancing brand. I found a couple pairs of them during Halloween season. And I was like, oh, those are kind of cute. They sell pretty quickly. They sell between like $30 and $50 depending on the style. You can say, I put exotic dancers in the listing, but they sell pretty quickly. These ones don't look as exotic dancer as the other ones, but some of them are like that really thick platform. Keen, $20, kids shoes. They're size 4. So like I said before, I buy Keens if they're, they don't sell super high, but they usually sell pretty quickly. And then if they don't, I just go into my inventory and pick out shoes for my kids. They're great kids shoes during the summer. Nuggets. This is a vintage Nuggets. I got it at the bins. It did not sell for $73. I think it was an offer of maybe like 30 or 40. I actually had to open a case on this and then they finally paid for it. Which is so annoying. I'm interested to hear about managed payments. I'm going to sign up. I did just get a business account, so I am waiting for that all to get in place before I sign up. So it's all just into that business account. Zara sold again, mid-rise skinny, ankle stitched, cropped. Citizens of Humanity. The skinny jeans from Citizens of Humanity sells pretty well. You can see all the jeans that I'm selling. It is helping me. I went sourcing last weekend and I did pick up jeans that I probably wouldn't have picked up normally because I didn't know jeans. So that box is helping me to learn jeans. Doc Martens. These were tore up from the floor up. If y'all do not use that Doc Martens Wonder Balsam, whatever it is, get yourself some. It is amazing. Stuart Weitzman, these sold for a very reasonable price. It was an offer, but it was like $65 or something. Citizens of Humanity, I am selling a lot of jeans. Doc Martens, I also just put a lot of jeans into my inventory. One of the boxes that I bought from that reseller box was jeans. Michael Kors purse. Like I said, the Michael Kors that I'm selling is all purses. These are shorts. Dear John didn't sell. I think they sold at $20. But they sold, this again is that style, that brand. People are looking for it. Super cute stuff. And then this is vintage. I think this is one of the only vintage pieces that I sold. These 80 prom dresses, even if I cannot say no to them. They usually sell, but I cannot say no to them. So that is it. I didn't share all of them. I shared most of my eBay sales, but that is most of them. I am doing this every week, so then it'll only be a week's worth of sales, and I don't have to talk for an hour and 15 minutes. Thank you for staying on for an hour and 15 minutes. I appreciate it. I felt like I was just going on and on and on. So let me check in with the chat, see what's going on over here, and then we will sign off. All right, let's see. Yes, Duncan, we talked about shipping. Oh, that's good to know too. Valid point, Jacob. Plus, you don't have to refund shipping for returns. That is a valid point. I have sold on eBay for a year. I have not, don't free ship. I'm assuming I don't free ship, and I'm currently moving some items to free shipping. I am not liking it. I'm going to say Grumpy Thrifters. I was on eBay for 6 months. I was selling 6 to 14 items a month, compared to Poshmark that I was selling 80 to 100 items a month. And I did free shipping for a month. I did a bunch of items. I probably put maybe 100 items where I was not making a profit. Items I'd had for a while where I was not making a profit. And it made me cringe every time that I was doing it. But I did it with Duncan and Chris's support, telling me, trusting their advice, and I did it, and it boosted my sales, and now I'm getting momentum even without having that. So I kind of took it as like, this is a long game, and it's kind of like my marketing strategy. Like, I'm not paying marketing, right? You don't have to pay marketing for eBay. eBay does that, but I'm willing to take a little bit off of the cut of a profit to be able to get momentum going and long-term have better sales on eBay, if that makes sense. That was my strategy. It seems to be working. If you look at my video that I did last week about my strategies and my financial, where I was sitting financially, I look at my eBay First Posh and I'm looking at my strategies to see, is it actually working? And it is. So you can check out that video. Is my hubby buying pizza? No, we're getting hamburgers. He had a really good day at work. Some really good stuff at work happened today. So he likes to celebrate with food. Let's see. For jeans, we read that. Sold it in a week. Did you list it too cheap? I'm not sure which one you're referring to. I should have checked at this. I probably listed it cheap. I don't know. Or maybe it's just sold fast. Maybe you're talking about the Patagonia. It was the color. I think if that's what you're talking about, the Patagonia, it was a very rare color. So it did. I had like 3 or 4 offers that I countered and they ghosted. And then I got an offer that I thought was reasonable, that I took it. But it was a color. It was a color that wasn't there wasn't any of that color, I think. The method, blah, blah, blah. Let me see. A valid point. 30 cents and 100 sales is $30. $30 is a lot of inventory. Valid point. All right. Yes, Duncan. I am going to say you and Chris have absolutely helped me. I really appreciate all of your help. For large items, I use thread up cleanout bags. I just turn them inside out so that you don't use the thread up label or the polka dots, cheaper than flat rate boxes. Valid point. No, I am not going for 2 hours, Duncan. Get out of here. One thing I see on managed payment with one of my students is a constant refund error message sent by eBay from returns they get. Yeah, I'm imagining, I talked about with Chris on my live. I'm imagining anytime you do something like this, there's going to be a chaos with things happening, or, like bugs in the system and people freaking out. So I'm imagining July on eBay to not be anything ridiculous. One, it's a summer slowdown anyway, but I'm imagining that it's not going to be anything ridiculous on eBay, because then you also have the managed payment. So I'm just trying to continue to keep eBay going. I do need to move over though to manage payments, but thanks for letting us know, Duncan, that you're noticing that. Well, thanks for sharing this with us, Sarah. Much appreciated. You and the family enjoy your dinner, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining, Jacob. I really appreciate it. I just started using promoted listings. I have no clue what I'm doing over on eBay. Haha, I did get some sales over there since switching from Bendu to list perfectly. Oh, I'm interested to see how that switch is going for you, Randy. If you want to send me a DM, we can chat a little bit about it as well. I know we chatted before, but if you have questions on eBay, I'm not a pro by any means, but I can tell you what's worked for me. Duncan is saying set promoted listings to 5% and forget. That's interesting, Duncan. I'm going to probably move to that model. I'm doing trending right now. But I think once I figure out free shipping, I'm going to move to figure out what works for me for promoted. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I didn't think it was going to take this long, but this is absolutely why I am moving to once a week. So I am going to hop on every Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Mountain Standard to talk about what sold for the week before. It's going to be more or less the similar model, looking at my data a little bit, and then showing you the actual items that sold. So make sure to give a thumbs up if you like content like this and you're not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button and the notifications. The Grumpy Thrifters, I am doing Chris call every morning, so that is why I'm changing store over to free shipping and returns. I am not doing it on heavy items. Yeah, I mean, he convinced me, and I went from selling 14 items to selling 80 items. So it works. However, you have to look at your bottom line because that is coming out of your bottom line. I didn't mind taking the hit for a month or two. Now I'm trying to increase that bottom line. So follow my journey, see how it goes. I'd love to hear what works for you and how it works for you as well, Grumpy Thrifters. Thank you for joining the call. You're always here with such grateful information. So I hope everyone has a good night.